Okay guys, welcome back as always. After a new selection pack, we are going to take a look at the next card that could come in the April pack. The March pack, depending on whether you are a Blue Eyes fan or not, was either a very good pack for you or it wasn't, because let's be honest, it was not the most meta relevant pack, that's for sure. But right now we are on the main set, Rage of the Abyss, and the first one you can see right here are the Shark cards, the new Shark cards. This is a water-based set. Now you can see stuff like the Millennium cards that we all already have, and then new Red Eyes Black Metal support here. But the Shark package definitely quite big in this pack here. Another big thing is the release of the Primite cards, obviously very, very important for Blue Eyes. If you don't know what Blue Eyes can do with Primite, which is definitely the best version, I have a video up on the channel where I explain to you how this will work in the future. It's in the top right corner, go check that out, though Primite Imperial Dragon would not be one of the most important ones. We have Goblin Bikers, Gone Wild Goblin Biker support, as well as support for Fiendsmith, for Memento and Centurion. And I know a lot of people are waiting on this Memento and Centurion support, and I'm also very interested in when this maybe comes. But I could honestly see both of these archetypes, maybe together with the rest of the Fiendsmith stuff, coming within the last pack. We also have, I think, support cards from the set before that both of these archetypes still have to receive. So this is basically the last support wave here from Rage of the Abyss. At least for Memento, there are cards that came before, like the Sleepy, which we also have not gotten yet, or the Creation King Fusion Monster. So it's definitely time for Memento, and I would be very surprised if at least Memento does not receive the remaining support within the last pack. And then Decade also said the Lacrima will come soon. I was expecting this to mean in this pack, but then probably in the next pack, I guess. And he also said Primite stuff would appear quite soon, though it needs to be said here that the set that the TCG currently is on, that had just been released in the TCG, this is where, and you can see some cards we already have, like Queen Azamina and LZ Azamina, so the Azamina stuff we've gotten early. But there is the important Primite Dragon Ether Barrel, also a Primite card, which we will need in order to play the Primite engine in Blue Eyes. Otherwise, it doesn't really work. We will get the first Primate support wave here from Rage of the Abyss, but we will not be able to play the Primate Blue Eyes deck if we don't get the Ether Barrel as well. The next big thing is the Mermail stuff, the new Mermail support. It's very important to note here that this is quite a strong deck in the TCG, but we in the TCG have the Frog, the, how is it called? The Negate Frog, Frog Toad Frog. Unifrog, the frog negate guy. I'm blanking on the name. I've just played yesterday in a tournament, in a local tournament against this guy, the frog guy, the frog that is forbidden in Master Duel, making this deck way better because you can make 2 of these Omni Negate frogs with the Mermail deck, and this not being in the game, I think will definitely spell bad times for this deck in Master Duel. Also, it is very bad into Maxi and into Fuvalos. Which is why I think if this card or if this deck comes out, it will not be that successful. We also have cards like the Union Pilot we have received in the latest update. The Fuvalos we already have, and you can see we are already in this pack. The Azamina stuff we have at full power. Chaos, Star Sword Dragon, definitely a mainstay in Branded, is already here. New Battle Wisp support, yay. And then the Centurion, Primera, Primus, also something that I definitely expect in the next pack. The new 6 Samurai support, and I also think that the Shark support is definitely coming quite soon. You can see here's another support for Mermail, and we have the rest of the Fiendsmith cards. So I definitely would guess that the next pack will be a pack where we receive one new support archetype, for example the Mermail stuff or the Shark stuff, and then we will also receive additions like the completion of the Memento cards or the completion of the Centurion cards, as well as Fiendsmith. This is what I'm honestly expecting in the next pack, but they once again could surprise us. The release of the Blue Eyes cards were definitely a surprise. They just came out on the TCG and we also received them. Maybe they want to change up the release structure a bit. I don't know, maybe close the gap to the TCG. I would hope so, honestly, because if you play the TCG and also play Master Duel, I don't know if this is also your experience. If it is, let me know in the comments, but my experience is that I play a format in the TCG, and then half a year later I will once again play this format in Master Duel, at which point I'm obviously not quite that enthusiastic because I've already basically outplayed this entire format. I've played it so much that I don't really want to play it anymore. You can see, but let me know in the comments whether it's also your experience. You can see the Asamina cards. We already have all of the Asamina cards, the White Forest stuff. Here's the other important card, Primite, Lordly Load, and then Primite Drill Beam. The Lordly Load, the Drill Beam, and then the Primite Ether Barrel. These will be the important Primite cards for Blue Eyes. Sangen Furo, the one Sangen card, Sangen Kaimen, so a Temper Dragon that you're not playing, and then the rest of the Mermail cards. So I'm definitely expecting something like Mermail, something like the Shark stuff, and then we will probably, maybe we see Primite. Decade said it will come soon. Might be, so it might be the Mermail, the Shark, or the Primite stuff, because these are the big archetypes from this pack here. And then I think we will be receiving the rest of the additional support wave for Memento and Centurion and Fiendsmith, or at least 2 of them, maybe not 3 of them. The next set that we would then be on after we have finished this set, so I think finishing this set will take us at least 2 more selection packs, maybe in a crazy world even 3. But then if it takes us 3, then they really have to put in stuff from other packs. Otherwise, I think we can finish this one in 2. And then the next set that comes after that is Crossover Breakers. Crossover Breakers being a really, really impactful set. This will totally change the meta. This will probably happen. I'm not quite sure when Worlds is, but Worlds is later on in the year, so not really Worlds, I guess. But this will be the next big format after we are hitting the Snake Eyes cards. So not for the Duelist Cup. In the Duelist Cup, Snake Eyes will still be the best thing to play. But after that, we might see these decks decline, getting hits. And then the next big things will be the Ryziel deck. Ryziel being the stronger one of the 2 decks that will, release in this pack here. The other one obviously being Malice. Malice and Ryziel will dominate the meta in the future. Both are extremely strong, and it's important to state that they are extremely strong with their first support wave. This is only the first support wave. The second support wave just came out in the OCG and made the decks top tier again after receiving some hits. And then we also have the, I'm not even sure how do we call this, Ryugi. I want to say Kyoro, but it's Ryugi. The Ryugi archetype with these level 10 dinosaur sea serpent worm monsters here, definitely really bad at the moment. With the additional support, also not that great. So this is the one of the 3 archetypes coming out here in Crossover Breakers that is not that great, but Malice and Ryziel will dominate the meta, that's for sure. I do think that we will see at least, as I already said, 2 selection packs before we might see the Ryziel and the Malice stuff coming. I think this is quite a bit off. Also because people are very kind of excited for this. This is a meta change, and they definitely don't produce meta change after meta change in Master Duel. So we had a big meta change in February, which is why I think this will take us a few months until we get this. And then there's Supreme Darkness, just came out in the TCG. We have already received some cards. I don't think that we will see a lot from Supreme Darkness right here. We already have the Asamina stuff. Then there's the Agro Stars as a new archetype here, not really relevant in the TCG right now. And then there are a few more support cards like the Shark cards. I could see the Shark cards getting to us in full power mode, so also with the support from Supreme Darkness if we get them, as well as the Primate stuff here. I think if we get it in full power. Could be the same thing for here Poseidon. Poseidon is part of the Atlantean support. I guess we get it all. And then we have Gladiator Beast. I don't think this will come in the next pack. We have the new Crystorn cards. Also don't think we get this in the next pack here. The new Mulch Army. And then there's new Evil Hero support. We already have this stuff here, the Snake Eye stuff, but I really think that none of this is coming in the next pack. There's a Lightstorm Dragon. Hopefully this comes as a very cool card for Blue Eyes. You can make this with the Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, and if this is summoned, you can destroy spells and traps on the field, targeting up to the number of normal monsters in your graveyard +1. This will normally be at least 2, maybe even 3. Very, very good. And you can see new Mermaid support here. Eclipse Twins, very strong card for Ryziel in the future. Abao, a very cool fiend boss monster here, and yeah, if we scroll down even further, you can see that a lot of cards, or some of the cards we already have, but as I already said, I think this pack will not be, so the main archetypes from this pack, which would be Agro Stars, as well as, what was the other one? Aggro Stars, then the other one would be Evil Heroes, and the last one would probably be, we also have the new Tenny support, but Gladiator Beast. I think this will be quite a few months off. We will probably receive, as I already said, Rage of the Abyss, main archetypes and support archetypes in the next pack, and then we will finish this within 2 packs, I guess, and then afterwards I can definitely see Raziel and Malice, because at that point people will be very tired of this entire Snake Eyes, Dubel, Fiendsmith. The Fiendsmith stuff will stay, but the Snake Eyes stuff and Dubel stuff will receive further hits, I think, at which point these decks can come in and take over the meta, form a new meta. But this is what I think will happen in the next pack. You can let me know in the comments what you think and what you are wishing for. If you like my videos, please consider subscribing, hitting the thumbs up and the notification bell. This would really mean a lot to me and help me out a lot. Otherwise, we will see each other in the next one.